talk to my shock guy about some shocks because, well, I want him to tell me what I need best, so I thought I would bring y'all along. Okay, he works over here on the fast cars. These guys have been really good every night. Can I ask you some questions, Trevor?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I have the double adjustable on my left rear, and I know you guys say that when it's rough, I need to put like the gas on, right?
Right.
But I can't seem to find a gas left rear non-double adjustable in my trailer, but I do have a twin tube. And is the twin tube better than the double adjustable
Gas?
Yeah.
Probably for here, yeah.
Maybe
because of how slick, how slick it gets.
Slick.
You don't
Okay.
really need
So,
gas pressure.
so why is a gas shock better than a twin tube? I guess
It just helps you react. It just reacts a little bit quicker.
a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it'll help you like in a curve or like when track's like real choppy or rough. But when it's smooth and slick, you really don't need the gas pressure.
Okay.
Like same thing with the air pressure in the right rear. Like you have like 10 pounds of air in the right rear when it's rough, and then when it gets slick, you can go down to like 7 or 6, right?
Right. So
Same concept.
Same concept. Okay. And the twin tube just basically is moving oil, and so when it's doing this, it can't quite keep up as fast
as a gas shock would. Yeah.
Right. Because the gas shock has a chamber ultimately that has a piston that's pushing the oil tight.
Yeah, so it doesn't cavitate, right?
Doesn't cavitate.
It's moving a plunger up and down, which is like basically like the twin tube. You have a gas bag in there, and you have a gas pressure in the gas shock. So it's like they're kind of working the same, but
yeah.
just like I said, the gas shock just reacts quicker than the twin tube would.
And ultimately, all it's doing is displacing. When this goes in there, there has to be room for the oil to move so that there's enough room for the shaft, to take up that area in the shock. Ultimately, okay, so if I had an XT for the left rear, do you guys make a left rear XT?
Do, but I don't recommend running it on the left rear.
Okay, we're not a fan of that. Okay, that's good. All right, how'd you guys go last night?
We were 4th and 5th.
Nice.
Went 2nd and 3rd in qualifying, and then 4th and 5th in the feature last night.
Well, that's a stellar run.
Terrible.
Got Whitley over here wheeling the spirit of Speedway, and then it looks like we got a new sponsor over here, the Honest Abe Roofing, America's reliable roofing. Whenever you're cruising through the pit, it's always nice to just kind of eyeball the car. Like these guys have the tie rear arms on it, which is something we don't have. We have aluminum arms, and that has to affect something, they've been really good, and so we've looked at kind of what they had package wise. And so I was looking at the car and I noticed that it doesn't have helper springs, and that's interesting.
On the back corner.
It's always good to keep an eye on your competition, and old Jonny Cofer over here, he's been racing forever. He knows a thing or two. He knows the old school tricks. He's driving midgets back in the 90s probably. So I was looking at your car, and I just wanted to make sure it's okay to put your car on
Oh, hell yeah.
TmezTv.
Yeah, absolutely. We're supporters of TmezTV all the time.
I see that it didn't have helper springs, and I was like, wow, that's interesting, just because everybody else runs them, and it's not much of a, like, they're 25 pounds. The left front is 0, so it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
I don't know. But you guys have one of the fastest cars in the pits. You guys are leading the national USAC points, which congratulations on even halfway through the year. That's amazing, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
It's been pretty impressive what you guys have done in a year, really 2 years, I guess, because this is kind of a big deal.
Brent has assembled a team, and it's a pretty cool thing what he's done, and we have the growing and switching from running with Maria and to Logan and Daniel going and all what we're doing. It's really taken off and a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. So that's what keeps you around, right? How long have you been racing? I know you've been doing this forever.
Yeah, I think I won a Western States Championship in '94.
Nice.
So, and then prior to that, we had our own cars and ran, and I think I was here, won a 12-pack of beer and a salami for winning the trophy dash here, which was awesome.
It
we
was?
thought that was the best thing.
Yes, they love their beer here in Wisconsin, and so if you win anything, typically you're on the front stretch and they give you a beer, a case of beer.
Cool. Yeah, it was, my dad thought that was the best thing ever. We were hooked.
How would you like to be driving with how fast and wide open, and I'm kind of calling it kamikaze racing, because if in order to be fast you have to just be willing to go wide open.
Yeah, it is. It's so different. The racing is so much different nowadays. It seems like the guys are younger, more aggressive, and there's a fellow like yourself, the experienced guys, can't really go over and grab those guys by the neck a little bit and say, hey, what's up? You know, back in the day, Sleepy Trip would have, he'd be wore out from beating all these guys up.
I ran into Sleepy one time, and the next race, I just ran into him. I didn't crash him or anything. I ran into him, and the next race, we started on the front row of a trophy dash in Madera, and he come off, he was on the pole, and he stuck me in the fence by the time we got to the flag stand, just because he didn't like me touching his race car. These guys work really hard to have these beautiful race cars, and then when the kids crash them and tear it up, they have to work harder, they have to put more money into it. And so my last race video, I was talking about Eric Gentry. If you crash Eric Gentry, he will come to your pits and punch you in the face. And I said we've lost that, because and a lot of the times it's a lot of the drivers are under 18 and their parents are here, and their parents are really nice. You can't punch their parents.
Well, I think that's what Sleepy would have done.
That's exactly.
Something would have happened. And it's just, not to say that they're bad drivers. I mean, they're pulling that. They're ripping. They're fast. They're in fast, good equipment. Everybody, there's a lot of good equipment. But the racing is different.
It is.
And like Keith Coons told me one, it's like qualifying every lap.
Every lap?
You can't figure out what you're doing, because there's somebody else that's dictating what you have to do.
Yes.
You're avoiding a crash here to try to go there, and it's just it's fun to watch, but would I want to do that? Hell no. So for Thomas, he can keep knocking it out, but I'll tell you, it's tough. I mean, for the guys with experience, you're feeling, it's not just what the car's doing and what the track is telling you to do to the car. It's all this other stuff.
I know.
That comes on board.
You have to build. You have to build momentum, and then these guys are sliding you. Every start is a ghost slider, or you get slid, and then on the other end, getting into 3, there's another slider, because you just ghost slid yourself, so you don't have momentum. And if they got a good corner, they have momentum. It is.
And their stuff rips. Everybody is fast. Cars are quick. Usually, when you're a rookie, you start off and your car's not the best one. And you work your way up to the best one.
It's interesting, because I talked about the rental ride thing, and it's easy to say that they're paying for it, but if you can win races with this deal, I mean, any of the people over here, they're winning races, and so maybe they're paying for a ride, but I mean, you can't take the talent away from what is actually going on.
And to be fair on them too, they have a ton more experience than we got when we were younger, coming into the sport. Now, I don't think I started running until I was like maybe 20 years old.
I didn't get into a midget until I was 19.
And we did micro midgets that blew up all the time and all that stuff, but the minis, what the hell are those things called? The TQs and that kind of stuff back in the day were a stepping stone, but these guys have the micro midgets or the
600s.
The 600s and all that, and they rip also. That's a heck of a little race car.
Everything in life is kind of on a fast course, whether it's how you get your media, or whether you're racing cars, or probably playing sports.
Same difference.
Everything has been elevated by people that have been doing this and critiquing it and making it better. Hey, thanks for talking with me.
You bet,
and good luck tonight. And appreciate having you around. It's always good. I grew up watching him at the racetrack, so it's cool to be here and see one of my heroes.
We're having a good time.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you. We are having a blast. Well, I'm gonna go find my quad. Fun little talk with Jonny Cofer and Trevor. What's Trevor's last name? Reed. Trevor Reed works down at CSI. T-Bone.